today I'm going to be doing my graveyard makeup or my decluttering makeup. I don't really know yet what I'm going to call it. Obviously I figured it out because it's in the title, but I asked you guys in my makeup collection if you guys wanted to see all the makeup that I am getting rid of, because I cleaned out my makeup collection before I filmed that and showed you guys this big box, and a ton of you guys said yes, and you also gave me a bunch of ideas to call this, so thank you. I really appreciate that. So I have decided to break this video up into two parts. I'm going to do the first part today, which is all going to be like face products, base products, foundation, powder, that kind of stuff. And then in part two, it's going to be eye stuff. So eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara, that kind of stuff. So this is part one. As you can see, there's a lot. So I'm just going to jump in this and get started. So I'm going to start with my foundations that I'm going to get rid of first because I have the most of that. So the first foundation I'm getting rid of is this CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation, and I'm just getting rid of this because it's not the right color for me anymore and it's pretty old, and I've used quite a bit of it. Like, there's really not that much left. I love this foundation. I have a new one in my correct color and I use the crap out of it. I'm actually wearing it today. This is just a really great foundation all year round, but especially in the summer because it has a built-in primer in it and I really feel like it lasts a long time. It's really well on oily skin and it works really well on dry skin. I have very light combo skin. Oily T-zone, and then dry basically everywhere else where it's like flaky and gross. So this is a really great combo kind of foundation, and plus it has a pump. That's always good. The next foundation that I'm getting rid of is this one from Rimmel, and this is the Match Perfection, I think it's just called Match Perfection foundation, and I do not like this foundation. I'm getting rid of it because it doesn't work for me, which is really weird because I hear all the time on YouTube this being like everyone's favorite classic foundation, but for me it just doesn't set right. It just stays very much like on top of the skin, so even like after I've like let it set for a while, I can just like wipe it off and I'll have like a line mark. It never really like dries on my face, if you will, and it just gets on everything. It rubs off really easily, and I just feel like it makes me look really oily because it doesn't dry, and it's very weird. So not a fan of this, and plus it smells funky. The next foundation I'm getting rid of is this one because it is hella old, like ridiculously old. This is from Neutrogena. This is their skin clearing oil-free makeup, and this used to be my all-time favorite foundation. I used to use this all the time, especially when I was having really bad acne problems, because it is a blemish treatment with salicylic acid. Is that how you say that? Salicylic. I don't know. It has stuff in there to help with acne. So I used to use this all the time when I had really bad acne, and I thought it was a really great foundation. I've just moved on. My skin doesn't really need that kind of treatment anymore. My acne's at bay, and this is just a really old foundation, so I wouldn't use it. Dude, some car just drove by so slow, and it makes me think that they are just like spotting my house, spotting it out. Scoping it out? I don't know the technical terms of robbing a home, but that's what it feels like they're doing. The next foundation I'm getting rid of is this one from Revlon. This is the Nearly Naked foundation, and I love this foundation. This is just super old and not the right color for me anymore, so I'm just going to pitch it. I've used it up. Well, it's not completely used up, but it's pretty much gone. Although it looks like there's stuff in there, don't let it fool you. There's really not that much. I love this for the summertime. It's a very light coverage foundation, but it gives you more coverage than like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer sort of deal. It's still a foundation, but it's very light coverage, light on the skin, so it's really nice for the summer when you don't want a heavy face of makeup. I love this. It's great, just really old. The next foundation I'm getting rid of is this one from Revlon. This is the Revlon Color Stay for oily skin. Love this foundation. I think though I like my CoverGirl Stay Fabulous 3-in-1, the one that I showed first, better. So I'm getting rid of this because it's super, super old. If you look, you can actually see that it's kind of like, I don't know, like coming apart. What is that called when the two liquids like come apart from each other? I'm sure there's a technical term, but I can't think of what it is. I'm getting rid of this though because it's super old, and I probably wouldn't repurchase it anytime soon because I really do like the CoverGirl one. I think it works just as well as this, as like a lasting power and for oiliness, but the other one's got a pump. So pump always outwins no pump. So the next foundation I'm getting rid of is this one from Flower, and this is their stick foundation. I really enjoyed this foundation. I thought it was super nice. I loved the packaging on it. It's like a twist up, It's very light coverage, kind of like light to medium, super buildable. This is just really, really old, and it's not the right color for me, so I need to get rid of it because that is nasty. But I like to keep this in my purse. I use this as touch-up instead of like a concealer because, I don't know, it's just like a nice consistency. It's thicker than a concealer. It's like more coverage than a concealer, and it just blends really nicely. It's really easy to use and to travel with, and I really liked this, and I would totally repurchase it again. So now moving on to like tinted moisturizers and BB creams. The tinted moisturizer I'm getting rid of is from Flower as well, and I'm getting rid of this because it's super old, not the right color for me, and just it's not very good. Honestly, I didn't really like it. I didn't even use it that much because I just didn't like it. It gave like zero coverage at all. It was basically just like putting on a face lotion. There was no coverage really to it, and I just think there's better things out there for what I like. I don't know. I just don't see the point in using it if it's not even going to show some sort of foundation or like coverage. You know, I'd rather just use no tinted moisturizer, just a moisturizer. So not my favorite, but I love the packaging on this. It's super cute. Next is BB creams, and I have 3 different BB creams, right? Yeah, 3 different BB creams I'm getting rid of. The first one is this one from Maybelline, and this is just the Dream Pure BB cream, I believe is what it's called. This one was for acne, skin, or whatever. I hated this, absolutely hated it. I thought it made my skin look so nasty and dry and like cakey and gross feeling, and just not what you would think a BB cream should feel like. Like when I think of BB cream, I think like it should be like light and feel really comfortable on the skin, and that's just not what this did. I don't like it. I know a lot of people really, really like this, and if it works for you, works for you, but it just did not work for me. I like the original BB cream from this line, which I have used up completely and just thrown it away, and I never repurchased it because I thought, I'll try out new things, I'll get this one. No, I didn't like this. The next BB cream is from Revlon, and this is the Photo Ready BB cream, and I really, really, really liked this BB cream. I thought it gave pretty good coverage. It felt very light on the skin, but mine is just really old, and it's like separating and looks gross, and I'm not going to use it because it's like really old, like maybe over 2 years old, kind of. Yeah, at least 2 years old, so that's gross, getting rid of that. And the other BB cream I'm getting rid of is from Rimmel, and this is their, I think it's just called BB cream, and I really, really liked this. I would totally repurchase it. I really want to try out the bronze BB cream. I believe that's from Rimmel. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you've tried it out, let me know in the comments below if you liked it. I've watched a few review videos, and so far so good. I think I enjoy it. I think I enjoy what I see, but let me know if you've tried it out. But yeah, I really liked this BB cream. I would repurchase it. It did the job. It did a good job. So now moving on to primers. I have 2 primers I'm getting rid of. The first one is this e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer, and this is in the color Radiant Glow. I know that they have like a few different ones, and I hated this. I didn't like it. It's weird. It has chunks of glitter in it. Literally, it has like chunky glitter, which is kind of gross for a primer. Like, that's not what I want as a base for my skin. So I know it's supposed to be like radiant and give you like this nice glow, but no, it made me look like a disco ball, and it was just like chunky gold glitter. Not for me. And the next thing I'm getting rid of is from NYX, and this is the Shine Killer primer, and it did help with oiliness, which is what it claims to do, and it did a really good job with that, but it just really emphasized my pores like bad. It would actually like sink into my pores and just made my pores look even bigger than what they were, and it really made the foundation like sink in there. So that's not for me. I don't want my pores to look bigger. I would prefer them to just not look like they're there at all. So even though this worked for oiliness, it didn't work for pores, and it was not a good fit. Moving on to powders, I have 3 different powders that I'm going to get rid of. The first one is this Fit Me powder from Maybelline, and I just didn't like this. I didn't think it was a very good powder. I only used it a few times. Kind of wish I had just took it back, just returned it, because I knew right away when I first tried it, I was like, I don't like this. It made me look really oily. It didn't help at all with oiliness, and it just kind of was clingy and chunky looking, like not chunky, but like made me look cakey and gross, and sat in my lines in my face, and I didn't like it. The next powder I'm getting rid of is this e.l.f. one. This is the Mineral Blemish powder, and this is so old, like ridiculously old, so that's why I'm getting rid of this, and I don't even know what this is meant for. I think you're supposed to put this on like over powder, like over foundation or something for on blemishes. I have no idea, or maybe you're just supposed to use it by itself as like an acne treatment. I don't know. Don't ask me. I have no idea. I never really used it. I honestly think it came like with gift with purchase sort of deal when I ordered e.l.f. makeup online. Never used it. Super old. Getting rid of it. And the last powder, which is going to blind you guys, sorry, is this Sonia Kashuk powder that is so old. Like, oh, it looks really gross. Like, the outside is hard. It's like hardened because it's old, and just the inside has become like a powder. And I used to be obsessed with this powder, and I honestly don't remember why, because it's that old. Like, this is over 2 years old. Before YouTube, before I started my YouTube channel, old. Like, I don't know why I liked it. I can't remember anymore, and so I'm getting rid of it because that's disgusting. Moving on to concealers, I have a few concealers that I'm going to get rid of. The first are 2 of the Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. This is for dark circles, and then this one was supposed to be for dark spots on your face. Liked both of these, really enjoy them. These are like really hyped up concealers on YouTube, and totally understand why. They work amazing underneath the eyes to conceal, to brighten, all that jazz, and yeah, I really liked them. I didn't like this one as much. The coloring was a little weird for me, and it was supposed to help with dark spots, like help to erase, like to help heal them over time. I don't think it did that at all. I would just stick with the original Eraser Dark Circle, and I also really like the brightener one, which is kind of like a peachy tone. I like to use that underneath foundation, and I use this over foundation. So really liked these, and I would repurchase them. They're just old. The next concealer I'm getting rid of is this one from L'Oreal. This is the Magic Lumi, and this is one of their like brightener pen thingamabobs. And I got this when this very first came out, and this is the one that I bought. So it's so old, like so old. And I liked this. I liked this one more than the Maybelline one. I actually ended up giving that to a friend. I didn't like it as much. I liked this one more. It's just really brightening. It helps to brighten underneath the eyes. And at the time, I had really bad hyperpigmentation right here from acne scarring. And this helped a lot to brighten it up right there and to conceal it. So really liked this, and I don't know, this is just really old, and I don't even know if I could get product out anymore. It's that old, so throwing it away. And the last concealer I'm throwing away, which I'm so sad about, is this CoverGirl in Olay Simply Ageless Under Eye Concealer, and I'm so sad because this is discontinued, and this was my all-time favorite holy grail concealer. I loved it so much. It worked amazing to conceal acne because it had the Olay like swirled in it. So it was a very rich and like moisturizing concealer. So on really dry, flaky blemishes that were healing, this just concealed right over it and didn't cling to them and make them look even more dry. But mine has completely dried up. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but like it's just like coming out of the container because it's so dry and crunchy. So throwing it away. Really sad about it because I loved this. And the last product that I'm getting rid of is this highlighter from Doll 10, and I don't know where I got this. It must have came in like an Ipsy bag or maybe one of my Birchboxes when I used to have Birchbox way back in the day, but I don't like this. It's super oily and like weird and like greasy almost. It's like a cream highlighter, and it just really doesn't have that much color to it, and it just leaves like this really greasy feeling on your skin, and you can just keep feeling it throughout the day. It's gross and weird, and I don't like it. Alright guys, so that is everything for my graveyard makeup part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Please subscribe so you don't miss that video, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please follow me on all my social media, which is like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm all about that Snapchat. All the links are down below in the description box, and I will talk to you guys very soon in my next video.